Hi Mariah, how's it going?
Hi, Rafi. Good. How are you?
I'm good. Just to hear you say my name is like wild. Never thought that happened in my life. But thank you so much again for taking the time out to talk to
Is
me.
it Raphael? What is your full name?
Jose Rafael, but I just go by
Oh,
Rafi. So
nice.
you can thank my mom and dad for that.
Rafi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Just to get things started, I was wondering if you could take me behind just like the genesis of this year's special, especially since you already did a special last year. So I was wondering what the inspiration was and why you wanted to, keep the festivities going.
Absolutely keep the festivities going. I mean, for me, it's every year. Honestly, like no matter what, I'm gonna do something big and splashy every year for Christmas, whenever, whatever. It's just what I love. You
Hmm.
know, I love making music that's not holiday music as well. Like, and I'm working on a few projects, whether it's the book and bringing that to life, for the screen, or new music coming out this year. The paperback for my memoirs out
Hmm.
now. So there's a lot of stuff, but honestly, I am a I'm a kind. Christmas is kind of my thing.
I didn't know that. No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
um, so I love pop Mariah, but R&B Mariah and gospel Mariah are far supreme. Can you talk about bringing those sounds to fall in love with Christmas and getting to work with Khalid and Kirk Franklin on that?
So we started writing the song Fall in Love at Christmas probably like late summer. And I was in Atlanta working with Daniel Moore, who, was my musical director on tour. And we've written songs together before. We wrote Portrait for the Caution album together. And, he's just Mixed Dish. We worked on that together,
Mhm.
theme song. And so we were just, coming up with ideas. And it ended up being Fall in Love at Christmas. And I wanted it to feel nostalgic, feel like a love song, feel classic. People have given the My All comparison. I agree with that, but
Mhm.
it's not a ripoff of My All. Like it's not. It's the melody's totally different. The whole thing is totally different, but I like the vibe of it. So it's a for me, it's a love song that has that same kind of like sensual kind of feel as a My All or an I Only Wanted or something in that world. After tonight, whatever. I'm just saying
Mhm.
like those songs, and then for me it's a total, but it's different because it was very genuine when we worked on it. And then when after Daniel went to do the Stellar Awards for all the gospel artists in the land, he happened to run into Kirk, and also my publisher, um, Evan Lamberg, was like, it was weird. It was like simultaneous text, like, "Do you want to work with Kirk Franklin?" I'm like, "Duh, obviously,
Mhm.
yes." So he came to Atlanta, and we worked on. He listened to the song. We worked on the outro together. Brought one of my favorite singers from one of my favorite groups called Men of Standard. And it's a song called "Yet Will I Trust in Him," and he brought the lead singer of Men of Standard with him, and it just like blew my mind because I legit like there was a time that that song, "Yet Will I Trust in Him," saved my life. So anyway, Kirk and I and then we worked on that section of the song. Kirk went to back to Houston, put the choir on there, sent it back. I added my additional choir stuff, which is like me doing my octaves and things and da 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 da.
Mhm.
And then like, listening to Khalid's voice, just blending with mine and doing the outro, and all the singers and in the choir. It just made me feel really like celebratory in a
Mhm.
different way, in more of a spiritual way than just a festive Christmas song, which I live for. Don't get me wrong. I am
Mhm.
all about complete
Mhm.
and total festivities during Christmas.
Mhm.
I really am. But this is something that I've done before, but never necessarily hadn't necessarily released this type of song. And I think it's different than like a even a Born on This Day or um there's so many. One Child, it's different because those were, yes, they had like gospelish, oh Jesus, oh what a wonderful child. They had those influences, but this takes you on a journey, and that's what I love about it.
It worked out well because it's really pretty and, like you said, really romantic. I love that vibe.
Thank you.
And, you did mention My All, so I'm gonna ask about Butterfly, which turns 25 in 2022, which is right around
I
the corner.
know.
You've often called that album of, your favorite of favorites, and it was really transformative for you. Can you just
Yes.
reflect on the fact that it's, like, 25 years old, and do you have anything special planned for an anniversary? I love me some Breakdown, Breakdown is, like, one of my all-time favorites.
Me on down. Yeah, well, I would first I would say, like, let's just change that to my actual day of birth. So we're turning 25,
Five.
and it's really exciting. No, but honestly, Butterfly, I don't know what to say. It was a pivotal point in my life. I was like I had been able to kind of like break out of the place that people wanted me to be in a little bit on the Daydream album, you know. But
Mhm,
then with Butterfly, there was nobody telling me what to do. There was nobody saying you can't do this or that. So when I listened to it, I really like, I don't know, there's just a bittersweet thing about it. Like I love it. I'm really getting ready to celebrate this anniversary of Butterfly. Like it means a lot to me. And I think
mhm,
anybody that read the book understands like there are a lot of like real life experiences that were happening around that time that went into that album, and
mhm.
stuff I didn't even share in the book that we'll probably share when we do the filmed adaptation. But like,
Ooh.
yes, darling. But no, seriously, it's just like it's that thing. It's for me, it's like you put it on and you don't skip a song. Like that's what that
Mhm.
album is for me.
A
Yeah.
turning point. Love it. Still iconic all these years later.
Thank you.
You mentioned you had Control on album, and for this special, you put on your producer hat. Compared to, like, the early days of your career, do you like getting to, like, have that control, having that say, getting to, like, actually be in charge?
Yes, I do. But it's a lot. It's a lot of responsibility. But if I didn't like if I just showed up and didn't care, it wouldn't be me. You know what I
Mhm,
mean? Sometimes because of all the hectic stuff and the schedules and like all the additional things that I want to do, writing other books, doing this and that, blah, 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 like even just singing like requires sometimes
mhm,
like what I've been thankful for the new music that you guys will be hearing this coming year, like the 2 days off of vocal rest and then singing. Like
mhm,
that's what I used to have when I first started out. You can't take someone that has a delicate instrument and then be like, okay, now you're gonna sing every night, and now you're gonna
mhm,
like, you know what I mean? Like it has an effect. So, I do love, yes, I'm very picky. I'm very thankful to have certain people that understand that and that support that and that help me with that. But it's hard. It really is hard. And it's hard. And it's hard. No, it is. It is.
Well,
But yeah.
you pull it off well, and I like when you're in charge because it always turns out spectacular and fabulous, so
Thank you.
kudos. Um, if there's one thing I know about the gays, it's that they love Mariah and they love Christmas. And I've heard Christmas described as super gay because, like, a Christmas tree is basically just a pine tree in drag. What what words of wisdom or words of love do you have to impart on your gay fans who have been loyal to you all these years, especially during this special time of year?
I mean, it's just I love having a connection with anybody who wants to have that connection with me. And I think that's what we all feel with each to me, that's what everybody feels with each other when you connect with somebody. You know what
Mhm,
I mean? Because you could have a friend that's anything different from you. I was always other. I was always different. I
mhm,
never felt like I fit in. I always kind of understood like, okay, people are different. We can't judge this, we can't judge that. And I don't know that everybody else that I grew up around felt the same way. So I just love feeling the acceptance, feeling the love, feeling embraced. And I want to give that back. You know what I mean?
mhm,
That's what's most important for me. Like just accepting people for who you are. Like
mhm,
ultimately, it's for who you are as a person because you could be an awful person and be whatever it is. You know what I
mhm,
mean? It doesn't make, one thing doesn't make you like, oh, that makes you a great person. You know what I mean? Like,
mhm,
I feel like it's in your heart, whoever you are, shines through. And a lot of times it is the people that have been pushed to the side, denigrated, not
Mhm,
treated with the amount of respect that they deserve, that end up being better people
mhm,
because we know what it feels like to not be like what you're supposed to be. You know what I
mhm,
mean? In that
mhm.
old school way of thinking. It's different now, but is it though? I don't know.
Yeah, is it now? Well, beautifully said, and that love is felt both ways. So thank you again.
Thank you so
That's all
much.
the time I have left, Mariah. But again, it's been an honor and a pleasure. And it's so wild that I'm getting to talk to you after all these years and being a fan since I was a kid. So thank you again.
I love and appreciate
Yeah.
you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. All
You
right.
called yesterday.
To basically say,
Yes. Thank you.
thank you, darling.